What's going on, guys? My name is Triforce Addiction. Welcome back to another Blueprint episode of Call of Duty Mobile. So today we are going to be talking about the legendary skin for the newest weapon of Call of Duty Mobile, which is the MADDOX. This was probably one of the more anticipated legendary skins for me for this season. I know we're very early in still. We still have the HSO with I believe the Nyx legendary skin, as well as the Fennec, the M4, and so on. But this is probably one of the more curious legendaries for me because this is kind of like the first time in a while where we don't really get a mythic for a newer weapon in quite a long time. And with the MADDOX, it's kind of a confusing thing because you would expect a weapon, especially like as good as this one, to have like a really good legendary skin, but it doesn't really seem like this time around that was the case. And even now, we're kind of like in an experimental phase when it comes to legendary skins, because they have stated that in the future, we're going to start having more creative legendary skins, you know, skins with certain features that are unique to their own thing. You know, like last time we did see the GKS Mystic cards, and it has like this little clock ticking on the side. You know, we're starting to get more special effects like that, but when it comes to the MADDOX Avalanche, it doesn't really seem to be the case. This is probably one of the more bare bones legendary skins that I've seen in quite a while. And already on Twitter, I have seen a lot of negative feedback when it comes to this legendary skin. And don't get me wrong, there are some pretty cool features with it, but for the most part, most of them are very, very underwhelming. And seeing the leaks before the season came out, I knew that the skin wasn't going to be that great because all the other ones like the Fennec and the M4 looked absolutely amazing. So I tried, like I saw multiple showcase videos, like, you know, leaks of like gameplay with the Avalanche, and I was hoping that maybe at some point I would find some sort of hidden feature that it has that maybe we do not know about. Maybe there was going to be some sort of sound effect that maybe I'm not noticing, but really there's none of that. So first off, let's talk about the physical appearance. So the physical appearance basically takes the shape of a snowmobile. You know, shit that you would see like people using like in the mountains, you know, to clear up snow or whatever the case may be, or to traverse. You know, there's many different types of snowmobiles out there that serve different functions. And originally I did think that this was going to be some sort of motorcycle skin, and it probably would have made a little bit more sense since this is a heavy metal type of season. But yeah, that wasn't really the case. You do see a speedometer on the bottom of the iron sight. That was another thing that I was concerned about with the iron sight. I thought it was going to be pretty bad, but the iron sight worked out pretty well. It's probably the most clear as it goes for like all the current MADDOXes in the game. You know, the default, the aerodynamic, and this one, I would say this is the best one. So I will give it that. Funny story is that I actually thought it was going to be another BK57 skin because the reloads are very, very similar to one another, and just based on the appearance, I thought it was going to be that. But then I forgot, like, you know, whenever a new weapon is out, it's always bound to have a legendary that comes out with it later on. So yeah, when I found out this was the MADDOX, yeah, I was kind of curious about it, but then the more I started seeing it, it started becoming a little bit more disappointing. And probably one of the more disappointing features is probably the death effect. The death effect is very, and I mean very, very reminiscent to the BK57 flash freeze. Of course, with that one, it does have like a few ice spikes, like, you know, coming out and then just going away right away after you kill someone. It is more or less the same with this one. The only difference is that there's only one ice spike and that's it. Like, there's nothing else that happens with that death effect. There's no real like appeal for it. If anything, it's more of a downgraded version of the flash freeze's death effect. As for other features that I did find when it comes to like shooting effects, it is slightly different, but not enough to really say that it's like it doesn't really give anyone the wow factor. It's just a slightly altered sound compared to the original weapon. It does also have, like, you know, reactive effects where, you know, if you kill someone, it flares up a bit. You do see the speedometer and like the light in the, like, I guess the headlights in the front of the weapon that pop out, they do flash up a little bit, but again, it's not something that's incredibly noticeable. So overall, the Avalanche is probably one of the most underwhelming legendaries that we've received in a very long time. And that's saying a lot because we do have like the RUS ZX 7000, which was probably labeled as the worst legendary skin in the game. But I would say that this is probably a close second. I mean, the appearance looks awesome. I would say it's much more appealing than the ZX 7000, given that, you know, it's very vibrant. It does have pretty good, it does have a well made design compared to the ZX 7000, but again, it doesn't have enough features for it to really be labeled as a legendary skin. At least with the death effect and just the blizzard effect that's around the weapon and just all its reactive features, it kind of felt like the devs kind of did like the bare minimum with this one. And it's such a shame because the MADDOX is such a good weapon. I felt like they could have made a lot more money if they had like some sort of different theme for the legendary, or if they had a mythic for it. So what I suggest for you guys to do is just save your money. I think the aerodynamic from the, you know, the tier 50 battle pass is fine. But yeah, I don't really recommend picking this up. I don't really think that they're going to improve it in the near future, but I guess whenever another MADDOX legendary comes out, I'll be prepared for it, and hopefully it's going to be a lot better than this one. But yeah, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe for some more COD mobile content. I'll see you guys next time.